Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. American data is weaker today and China is on a sharp turn inward. But first we should note Bitcoin's sharp rise in price. However, the surge seems to have run out of steam as you watch this, but it is enough to note that prices are back to November 2021 high levels. In the US, durable goods orders slumped in January, primarily driven by sharper lower aircraft orders. That makes them 0.8% lower than the same month a year ago. A pattern of surges and slumps interspersed by no change months has developed over the past year. However, non-defence capital goods orders actually rose slightly in January from December, but these two were lower year on year. American retail sales at physical stores on a same-store basis were up 2.7% last week from the same week a year ago, not really enough to account for inflation though. And consumer sentiment, as measured by the Conference Board in the US, retreated in February, although they noted it is essentially range-bound. It is in a range that is lower than before the pandemic, but at about the same level as pre-GFC. Across the Pacific, Japanese consumer price inflation was expected to slow in January, and that's what happened, falling to 2.2% from 2.6% in December. But core inflation fell slightly less to 2%, and that was down from over 3% a year ago. Taiwanese export orders recovered from their December dip to be 1.9% higher in January than the same month a year ago. And China has widened its national security laws to include anything Beijing claims is a secret, including company information within a foreign-owned company. And overnight, the GDP Pulse auction delivered lower prices for both whole milk powder and skim milk powder. These results will have surprised the derivatives market. And the US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 4.29%, a little change from yesterday. But the price of gold will start today up $6 at $2,033 an ounce. And oil prices are up $1 at $78 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is at $82 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today at just on 61.7 US cents and unchanged from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're at 94.3 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're still at 56.9 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just under 71.1 and little changed. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $57,114 and up a spectacular 7.1% from this time yesterday. It is now back to where it was more than 2 years ago. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been high at plus or minus 3.9%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again